Hi everyone, this is Dawn, and today we are on to part 21 of our retreat. And we've titled this one, Who Jesus Is for Us, Water, Light, and Life Itself. This week we're getting even deeper, growing even closer into the heart of this encounter that we've been having. We started off by looking at a photo book of our own life and examining how God has been present on this journey with us. More recently, we have been examining Jesus' own life and now putting that together, especially using the scriptures. So this week I have created a PDF handout. It's two-sided today, or it's two-page. And what's critical to this week are 3 scripture passages. I know in previous weeks there's been more or fewer, but there's 3 stories that will be used this week, and so you will need to either look them up in your own Bible or at the top of the handout I have linked them to it. So if you click on the link, it'll take you right to those 3 stories. And these 3 stories are 3 critical encounters with Jesus. During Lent in year A, we hear these 3 stories. Also, every time we have somebody entering the church during Lent, we also hear, they're called the Scrutiny Readings. It's the woman at the well, the Samaritan Woman at the well is one. The healing of the man born blind, and the raising of Lazarus. So probably you are already familiar with these stories, but this week, since everything surrounds those, you'll need to be even more in touch with them, because you want to enter the stories so that you can see how Jesus, how the encounter went between Jesus and this other person, but also so that you can see how that same encounter happens in your own life. And for each of us, it will be different realizations. And so I'm not going to say too much today, just so that I don't get in the way of your own journey. But how to make this work is, like I said, critical to first become very familiar with these stories. So you might take one each day or read them all at once, but then once again, use your imagination and enter the story. Place yourself in that. Maybe for the first time as an observer seeing what's going around, and then secondly, another time, place yourself as the person, so as the Samaritan woman, or the raising of Lazarus, maybe you place yourself as Martha, or all of the things. By now you know how to do this. So that you have prayed through these. And then during the week, let them run in the background of your own life. And if you do that, I am confident you will come to new realizations about your relationship with God. Things that hold you back from it, and things that maybe God is inviting you to. And so I guess I'll just give you a little bit of thought just to get you started. There's a lot of help in these, both in the prayer and in the getting started piece of it. But if we're thinking about the Samaritan woman, you might start your reflection as you're driving, or who knows what. All of a sudden it might occur to you to think about, now, why did she go to the well at noon, at the hottest time of day? Well, most likely because she wanted to avoid other women in the town that would also be going, so she would pick a time that wasn't very popular. And so that translates into your own life, or my own life, by thinking about who are the people that I try to avoid, what has caused embarrassment, or what needs healing, where is Jesus entering into my life in this way? What does Jesus say to me? And like, he knew everything about the Samaritan woman. Even the stuff that she tried to keep quiet and hidden, he knew all of that. She says, come meet this man who's told me everything about myself. And sometimes I know for me, I think that I can keep things hidden from God, which makes absolutely no sense. But, it's the same thing, that God knows me, knows all the good and the bad, and loves me despite all the yucky stuff that's in my life. When we think about the man born blind, when I was reflecting on this story right at the beginning, the disciples say, who sinned, this man or his parents? And I started to sort of think about how quick am I not to see the person that's in front of me, but if it's something on TV or in the news, like, oh, what did they do wrong? Instead of thinking about who is this person? And Jesus is present to the person. He doesn't care about, anything in the past. Actually, he says neither person, but neither the man nor the sinner, but so neither the man or his parents, but so that God's glory can be shown. And so both the things that I tend not to see the person in front of me, but at the same time, when there's struggle in my life, when there's pain or hurt, I am quick to dismiss that God is working through this and is inviting me to offer my suffering for the greater glory. And then Lazarus, I am quite the Martha all the time. But in the beginning, she says about, well, if he were here, he wouldn't have died. Like, just doing this blaming thing. And it's the same thing that for me, it was the same thing as with the man born blind, about this suffering. It can be transformed into something greater. So God's glory can be brought up forward in ways that I couldn't even imagine. But I'm so quick to say to the Lord, oh, if only you were here, if you could have just made this stop, or why didn't you just do this or that? And I missed the part. So that's just my quick few thoughts. I'd invite you to let these stories run in the background of your own mind during the whole week. And at the end of each day, take some time to reflect on those pieces that you thought about as you were driving or brushing your teeth or whatever you were doing. And thank the Lord for being with you through this journey, and invite Him to bring you even deeper into a relationship that brings you life. Have a good week.